you've had Xavier set the table.
Yes, Father, I'm expecting company.
Indeed. Your mother and I will be...
Yes?
eating with the children.
Very good.
Xavier, you won't need to tend to us. I should like my son to be able to show you off.
I expect that's her. I'll go get her.
Yes, do that. Ein Schrei entdulkend und dann nicht. Leavest thou me with that? Perchance I could still see your body one last time in its crepuscular form. For now I will no longer feel your alabaster shell, my love. How smooth you were. My humble fingers were always unworthy, and yet the world itself awakened when we touched. In touching you, I have felt the electricity of St. Elmo's fire 10,000 times over in one fingertip. No longer in... Ingrid, how lovely to see you.
Likewise. I just adore the change of the seasons. The weather simply can't decide what it wants to be.
Turnip green croquettes.
You remind me of winter, Bert.
Do you mean to call me cold?
No, not at all. I mean to call you decided. Sure.
And you? Your exams are soon now. You'll certainly pass them.
Intelligence and jealousy are not a friendly pairing, Bert.
I'm not jealous of your intelligence. I'm jealous of your ability to get people, masters, to do what you wish.
Precisely why I don't intend to use my certificate when I pass. I have a natural talent for burlesque. What? Surely you understand. We are two students of the theater.
Sometimes I feel as though your words are daggers designed to pierce through my skin and kill me. Bert, you're dismissed.
Thank you.
I fear something terrible will happen to you. The promoters, the owners of those theaters, the clients.
You just want me all to yourself.
Well, yes.
You fear me celebrating my body because it may lead to me realizing that there are people who actually appreciate it.
Ingrid, please.
And not every theater can be like yours and your Dale's. And how is that going?
Play doesn't have an end yet.
You know, I went to visit him the other day.
I don't know if he'll ever write an end.
It was about a painting my friend Celia sold me.
I'm getting into my character now, which I don't know if it's a good thing.
You know, Celia Nicolodi.
There are horrible secrets hidden behind the lines of Owen-Dale's writing.
Bert, may I continue my story?
Sometimes I fear him, other times I adore him.
Bert?
Sometimes I think that this entire production is just another sadistic game of his, to drive us all mad and watch us fall apart, one by one.
Well, Celia Nicolodi, the art dealer, sold me this beautiful work of art by some savant, or so she said, and so I took it to Dale to see what he thought. And I got to the theater, and he was in his office, and we talked, and he said he liked the painting, but that I had bought it for too high a price, and that the man who made it was likely not a savant at all, but rather a novice. And the entire time I was there, it was though he was too ignorant to call me by my name. He couldn't have forgotten, but he insisted that my name was Isabel, or Indira, or Imogen. It was all very offensive to me. He's a brilliant artist, but rather rude.
Let us call him an odd duck.
An odd duck indeed.
Have you finished your dinner?
Yes. Can you get Xavier to clear after us?
I might as well do it. I'd like to get some fresh air.
Suit yourself.
How is she?
As ever.
I'm madly in love with her.
I know. Can I have a smoke?
Sorry, this is my last one.
Figures.
I'm going to die in service to you.
Not to me, Xavier. To my father and my mother. Die Ascende Klasse.
Good. Now go back inside before she gets bored of you.
It's a rather good idea.
Sit down next to me.
Certainly, darling.
Have you heard about that Chioma guy?
Go to BK?
If that's how you pronounce it, yes. He says revolution is inevitable. Young people, smart people like you and me, are going to pick up guns and pry the means of production out of the hands of the bourgeoisie. We'll create a better world for all of us.
Ingrid, we are the bourgeoisie. The only people they'll be killing is us.
Good.
And besides, we don't have the means of production. Nothing will happen. Nothing ever does. You're beautiful, Ingrid. I love you. Every centimeter.
Oh?
No, not really. I don't love anything.
Today is the day I go pay my Christmas wishes to my dear old friend Carlo. We were friends, but somehow became separated. And 10 years ago, we met again, and now it has become a habit for us both to meet at Christmas time. Now, what is it that had brought me and Carlo together again? Why, precisely that only thing which can bring together two men of different financial status, culture. Evelina, my wife, thinks I ought to put out my hand imploringly to Carlo like a beggar does. Charity she wants, for the love of God. That a man should turn to another for help in the name of cultural solidarity, that she could not understand. The relationship Carlo and I have is not one of the rich and the poor man, of the man who gives charity and the man who receives it. Carlo and I were together in our younger days, working side by side in some important cause, in something cultural. We had worked together to, well, what was the thing exactly? I cannot remember. However, there can be no possible doubt that we worked on such a thing. Otherwise, why had we met again after so long on such good terms? I cannot go on like this, ruled by my feebleness of memory. Today I will arrive at the truth of the nature of our friendship and what it is that we had worked upon, or I fear we may become just that, of the man who gives and he who receives.
Hello, Merry Christmas.
Hello, I'm Professor Professor Tullio. I'm here to see my old friend Carlo. I think he's expecting me.
Of course. Come in. You can wait in the living room. I'll get him for you. Oh, let me take your coat.
Thank you. Carlo, Merry Christmas.
Good old Tullio, delighted to see you. Thank you for coming.
So, Carlo, should we go to your study?
Study.
Carlo, I'm a professor. At least that's what they call me.
Yes, I know.
You know me, Carlo. Culture has been and is my specialty.
Yes, I know that too.
What would humanity be without culture, Carlo? A gray mass in which the only difference would be that of money? You who are rich and I who am poor? You who give charity and I who receive it? Fortunately, we have culture.
Yes, fortunately.
And so our relationship isn't that of a rich man and a poor one, but of two old friends who have struggled together to attain a common cultural end.
Well said. Well said.
You had the success, which in any case you deserved, and I, on the other hand, well. But being here and seeing you, it seems like only yesterday that we were carrying out our experiments in that same laboratory.
Yes, it seems like only yesterday, too.
That we were working together in the same library.
Yes, it is.
That we collaborated on the same,
Yes, Tulio, what you say is true.
Our collaboration lasted only a short time, Carlo, but in some small way it could be said that we contributed to the progress of humanity. I myself, Carlo, am no longer what I once was. Yet, being here, these memories reawaken old enthusiasms in me. We were a well-assorted pair, Carlo. You remember when we published, what did we publish? That thing, the thing we worked, whatever it was we worked on together. Do you remember the reaction, the scandal, in fact? Culture advances by scandals of that kind. Inevitably establish thoughts, assured positions, and conservative attitudes. But we didn't shrink, Carlo, eh? We didn't hesitate.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have things to do, and thank you for coming out to wish me a happy Christmas, and to all of yours, and this young lady will show you out.
I don't want any parcel from someone who stole all my ideas and tried to pass them off as his own and made his living off of it.
Ah, so that's how it is. But when you telephoned this morning, you didn't think of it like that.
Well, I've changed my mind.
Well, never mind then. Jenny, show the gentleman to the door.
Merry Christmas to you. Do you have anything for a poor man who lives in a hut and whose wife is in the hospital?
Here you go, sir.
Thank you.
There's a complete suit, 2 bottles, and some assorted sweets. Is that all right?
Thank you, and best wishes.